James Cameron, director, who had done, he's a submersible expert and enthusiast. He actually designed his own craft for, I don't know if you guys remember this deep sea challenge that he did, where he went way deeper than actually the Titanic was. He went to the deepest depths of the ocean in the Mariana Trench. And he was sounding off about, you know, how tragic and predictable ultimately the situation was as it unfolded. Let's take a listen to a little bit of what he had to say.
Well, I've been down there many times, and I know the wreck site very well, as does my friend Bob Ballard. I've made 33 dives. I actually calculated that I've spent more time on the ship than the captain did back in the day. You know, this is a mature art, and many people in the community were very concerned about this sub, and a number of the top players in the deep submergence engineering community even wrote letters to the company saying that what they were doing was too experimental to carry passengers and that needed to be certified and so on. So I'm struck by the similarity of the Titanic disaster itself, where the captain was repeatedly warned about ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed at full speed into an ice field on a moonless night, and many people died as a result.
So true, and I had not put that together.
Yeah,
but
well, of course he did. You know,
parallels,
he's the master.
Exactly, the parallels are incredibly eerie. That all of these warnings, the analogous iceberg, all of these warnings went completely unheeded, and ends in disaster and tragedy.
Yeah, it is sad. I mean, but I think really, I love Cameron too. The way he's like, I've spent more time on the ship than the captain did. He's like, but at the same time, like he's obviously right. And he even said, he's like, look, I understand what the guy was saying about regulation, but also, we went to real engineering depths. I read even more about some of his criticisms, specifically of everything that OceanGate was doing. And at a very basic level, they were signed up for disaster years ago. For example, they were using materials that are used for space travel, like carbon fiber, as opposed to different ones that they would have used because it was strong enough in space, but wasn't designed to actually withstand the amount of pressure that you will face at a deep sea. That's just such a basic engineering thing that was a cost-cutting maneuver and it's meant to be seen as high-tech by the OceanGate CEO whenever he was building it. And ultimately, he put people's lives in danger, and multiple people who had been on the sub previously. We played that before about somebody said it was a suicide mission. Others said that that they felt dangerous and that they were cracking sounds one of the times that they'd been on. Funnily enough, Mr. Beast put out a text message. Apparently, he was invited on the Titanic submersible. I mean, you could see a world where Mr. Beast, as part of the one of his videos, actually went on. So a lot of people dodged a bullet, by at least knowing that this was dangerous. But some people didn't do enough research, or they took the claims at face value. And it does seem that this was an open secret in the sub community, that they were like, hey, this is a real problem. And I didn't even know this. I did not know that we'd reached the depths of the Mariana Trench. The U.S. Navy did it, or some guys did it in 1950. So it's not like we haven't been doing this for a long time. Yeah,
wild.
Same. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So apparently we've had that capability for a long time. But that just means that if it's been that old, it's how extraordinary it was to still do such a shoddy job of building this current thing and taking people out on it.
You want to hear something that's kind of sick? Apparently downloads of My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic soundtrack have really skyrocketed.
It's a good song.
And Netflix,
I'll speak out for the song.
Netflix is bringing back the Titanic
to
their lineup next week.
It's a great movie.
People are morbid.
All right, yeah, people are morbid. I also saw some memes going around where it's like a 150-year timeline, and it's like Titanic casualties, and it spiked in 1912, and then waited until 2023, and then spiked up to 4 again. So, look, sorry for laughing. I had to. It's the internet. People are mean.
Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.